How's it going?
Good.
Look at you starting with a smile.
I know.
You having a good day?
So far. I got a lot accomplished so far. I've got my lazy hair hat on today instead of Katie. So
yeah, well, because I got my haircut, and I'm gonna see if I can actually go in and get this done like once a month, because I always let it go way too long. But I like it when you don't straighten your hair because she has nice little curly curls.
Yep,
I like it. What's happening, everybody? It's Wednesday. It's Boss Up and List Day. I'm Katie. This is Vicky, aka Victoria, aka this one's pretty excited about going in the pool later, aka my fiance.
My 1 foot pool. Let me tell you. Hey, it's supposed to hit 110 today in Henderson. Yeah. I think we're already up almost at 100.
We're like catapulting into summer now. Like it's been warm. We've had warm days, and you've definitely been out in the pool. And yesterday, I think it hit like 100 or just barely over 100.
We didn't leave the house yesterday.
And then this week, it's going to be like, up in the close to 110.
It's going to be 105 to 110 every day for the next 5 or 6 days. So, this is actually pretty early for us to hit 110. We're not even in June yet. So it's a little early.
So I did my pool boy duties earlier and got your pool ready for you. You know, I told her when we got this pool, I'm like, I'm not taking care of it. I'm not doing the work on it because the thing is I don't go in it. It's not going in the pool just really isn't my thing. I don't do it very often. But you know what? Guess who is the pool boy here? So I went out, added air to it, used the little pool vacuum that we have. Because basically, if Vicky tried to do it, she'd probably last about 2.5 minutes before I'd hear her start cussing and yelling. And then I'd have to come out and take over anyway. So that's my job. It's true. You're not trying to debate me on that.
Not at all. Not at all. All of the outdoorsy things are her responsibility for the most part.
My responsibility. You're lucky. You're lucky. Anyway, I actually don't mind doing it. I like my little pool vacuum. It works pretty well. Anyway, so yeah, it's already been kind of a busy day. I had like 5 things that I shipped out. Nothing too exciting. It was all kind of lower price stuff.
Same. I shipped out 7 little bitty things. My store has been in a real slump for like the last 10 days. But because I had such a good late April into mid-May, it was like a really good Q4 for that 45 days or whatever. I'm not too pissy about it because overall my numbers are still good. So I also haven't listed anything in like 6 days. So that's part of it.
Yeah, it might have something to do with it a little bit. I don't know.
So I definitely gotta do it. Yeah, Katie's hair looks pretty good. She's got like it's at that exact in like another week it'll be like the exact right length.
Yeah. See, she always complains that I got it done too short, but it's like within a week my hair grows pretty fast. So anyway, so I shipped out my packages, and then we might be getting our water heater replaced today. I think he's gonna like try flushing it first, and then Vicky's been here 7 years, so the water heater we have has been there for like 8 years with like 0 maintenance. And then this last week, just before we went to Phoenix, all of a sudden the hot water was coming out kind of brown.
A little orangey. No, it was just did it one day, so it might be just enough that it's.
Yeah, but I saw there's like a little bit of rust on the outside of the tank, and so because of the way the water is here in Vegas, it's a real good chance it's
super hard water. Most water, when we call it the guy, he's like, most of them only last like 3 or 4 years. Yeah. So if it's 7 to 8 years old, he's like, I'm surprised it hasn't burst by now. So
so I had to go because it's out where our inventory is. So I had to go and clear everything out around it to make it super easy for him to access it. And then I did my pool boy duties, got that all ready for you. So it's kind of a busy day because then that's like, so basically we have a bit of a hard out, like about 10 till noon because they're going to be coming at noon, and I got to get the dogs upstairs. It's all just a big thing.
It's a thing.
Yep.
Crystal's coming to pick up some of my new sweet inventory. I have to say that, first of all, she's getting a lot today. It's not all going to get done in a week. It might take her 3 weeks to get through this again. was a lot of stuff. But I have to say, going sourcing over the weekend and sourcing a couple of different ways, I have a lot of really good inventory right now, and I'm finally excited about getting stuff listed.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of the stuff I had before, I've talked about, that I had to outsource was, you know, mediocre. It was just bread and butter stuff, nothing that I was super excited about, but I needed the inventory. And being able to pick my own stuff this week was sweet.
Yeah. Well, and same for me, because, you know, I wasn't buying from yesterday's fits when everything first got locked down. I was buying some t-shirt lots on eBay that was just like real basic stuff, nothing really super exciting. And I had gotten accustomed to being super excited about every piece that I sold, which makes it more fun to photograph and list. And so now it's like, between the stuff I bought from Jesse's mom this last week, the stuff I got in Arizona, I bought like three different bulk buys from other sellers, but some really, really, really cool stuff. So now I went through my whole stack of everything down there, and I've got like,
you're all super excited.
I've got like 100 t-shirts, like 30 sweatshirts, and then probably like over like 30 jackets. So I think I'm only going to do the t-shirts this week and sweatshirts, because there's just no way. But
Stephen Crystal's like, no more Western shirts. Hell no. Western shirts and Hawaiian shirts, I'm done. I'm capped. Let me tell you, by the way, if you like Western, especially vintage, those pearl snap Western rockabilly style shirts in any size under the sun, or any type of Hawaiian shirt in any size under the sun, mostly vintage. Actually, they're pretty much all vintage, both of them. Hit me up, because I will give you a hell of a deal if you want to buy a bunch for yourself. I have a plethora of both of those items, which, you know, every once in a while I'll have a handful of them in my inventory, but I have probably at least 50 to 75 of each. So and they're priced very competitively, but I'm more than happy to give somebody a deal if it's something that you like, whether you like to wear them or sell them yourself. Selling them yourself is probably not enough room there for you, but if you like to wear them, I'll hook you up.
So I'm just excited, and I've been doing a lot more. Like, I would kind of sporadically go and look at eBay and like Mercari and stuff like that to see if there was stuff to flip before, but I'm doing it more now, because there are so many cool vintage t-shirts, especially, that people just undersell, underpriced. But I mean, whatever, maybe they want to flip them faster. And it's actually really fun to kind of, I was going on Mercari, because I'm like, I guess 100 t-shirts isn't enough for me to have right now. I was saying that's like, I went through the depression, and now I never want to be without a stack.
Yeah, we have to hoard. You know, all of us that we were so smug about, oh, we don't have death piles. We go through our stuff every week to 10 days.
Yeah.
Well, who's the asshole now?
I'm still gonna process the stuff pretty quickly, but I do have a good couple of weeks of stuff, but I'm still looking for more. But yeah, it's like, I ordered some stuff on Etsy last night. I did a couple offers on Mercari. I'm always like looking on eBay and stuff like that. So it's actually pretty good. And I have to say, guys, here's a little thing for me. I know some people don't like the whole like free shipping thing, but Etsy does this, you know, they have a thing where you can set it to where it's like, if you spend $35, you get free shipping. And I will say,
let me just interject.
I know you have your own, let me finish, because I know you have your own issue, and we can get to that, but I'm just talking from a buyer's perspective. I will say that when people do charge shipping on Etsy, when I find a t-shirt that I want to buy to flip, if it says that if I spend X dollars more, I can get free shipping, I do go look in their store, and I go and see if they have anything else I might want. So I will say it works for me, because I am looking for stuff to flip anyway. And I'm like, I might as well see if I can find something else. But with that said, Vicky has been having a bit of an issue.
Right. So Etsy has this thing, free shipping over $35. They're promoting it on the site. They've been promoting free shipping for a while, but this is a relatively new thing. I will encourage you, if you do not do free shipping, I do free shipping on clothing and shoes on Etsy. I generally charge shipping. Well, that's all you sell.
No, but I don't do the $35 thing. I just do free shipping.
I generally charge shipping on heavy items, and heavy items are generally priced higher. It automatically clicked on free shipping for my entire store. So I had to go in and change it, not once, but twice, to make sure that it was not on there, because I sold 2 very heavy items that I know I would never have had free shipping on. Yeah. I had to honor the sales. I probably should have canceled them, because it was Etsy and there's no penalty to do so. I lost my shirt on both of them. They were well over $40 shipping on each item. So it was not cool. Big, heavy electronics pieces that of course went to the East Coast. So I think I made one of them I lost money on, and one of them I made like 10 or 15 bucks on, and they were good priced items. So I was pissed, and I thought I made the mistake. And then I was able to go back in and check and see that that it was because the thing had been toggled somehow, and I know I didn't do it. So if you sell big items or you sell heavy items that you either have a flat shipping fee on or calculated shipping on in your Etsy store, go and double check and just make sure that you don't have that checked off, because it will hurt you if you're selling big and heavy items. If you're selling clothing and whatnot, and that's the way your business model works, like Katie, it doesn't make a difference to her. So but just my little tip.
Just for a little tip, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Val says she bought 19 hats on eBay and made her money back on 3 hats already. Must be the bad Rona hair spiking the hat sales. Heyo. All right, so
Lisa has a quick question. I'd like to. Can you highlight that? So on Etsy, how do the FedEx rates compare with eBay? I can't find an Etsy shipping calculator. Lisa, I don't use Etsy FedEx. I use my own business FedEx account when I ship something FedEx for Etsy.
Neither one of us use Etsy for shipping at all.
I don't use Etsy for shipping on anything. I'm either using Pirate Ship for anything USPS, or I use my own FedEx business account. So I can't answer your question on that. I'm not even sure that they have FedEx on Etsy. I don't know.
It's really easy to connect it to your Pirate Ship account, so that's what I used everything for. But anyway, we're going to get into the show, but it is Wednesday, which means it's Boss Up and List Day. And why don't you give us the quick
I don't know how to do it.
All right, I will do it really quick. It's Boss Up and List Day, so this is just our weekly thing where we put up a post in the Boss Facebook group. If you're not in it, it's down below. Go ahead and join it. But it's just like a little listing party. It's like you say what your goals are for the day, or you can say what, listing goals, whatever. Maybe you're reorganizing your inventory. It's just a day to kind of put it out into the universe, have some accountability from the rest of your coworkers, your stranger friends in the Boss Facebook group, and just say what your goals are for the day and follow up. And then at 11 every Wednesday, we take a little break for the show. And we usually have some sort of business focus on our Wednesday show. But since the whole Corona thing has been happening, we got into doing this fun masked seller show inspired by Liz O'Kane. And so we've done quite a few of these, and it's just really fun. You guys get to try and guess who the masked seller is.
And then you get to ask them questions.
Exactly.
Get to know them a little bit.
Exactly. And so for this week's guest, mystery guest, masked seller, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're actually going to see if you guys can figure out what state they were born in, not necessarily what state they live in now, but what state they were born in. More of a process
of elimination to drag out some of the questions, I think.
Well, which makes it a little more fun. So what state they were born in, what their other job is, what their other main source of income is, and then of course who they actually are. So again, for those of you maybe who've never done this before, never seen the show before, they are not going to be able to speak. So you want to ask yes or no questions, and they have their little signs that they will hold up to indicate what their answer is, and we'll just have a little bit of fun. If you know who they are right away or figured out really quick, maybe hold off on putting their name out there, make it a little more fun for the rest of the people, because some people may not know who they are at all, in which case it's just kind of a fun little
we'll try to drag it out a little bit longer than 3 minutes.
Yeah. Pretty much, guys, pretty much. So again, we're trying to figure out what state they were born in, what state in the United States were they born in, what their other occupation is, and then of course who they are. But let's try and tackle those first 2 questions. So we're going to bring out our masked seller.
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody ready? Who are you? Here we go. I guess their name is Meow. All right, guys. So
that's a good mask.
So start asking.
The ears are covered. The face is covered. The neck is covered. I see a very basic shirt. Yeah, that's a pretty good. I think that's a pretty good hiding.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think that's
all right. So let's go ahead and start asking some questions, guys. Remember, yes or no questions to kind of figure out what state they were born in, what their other occupation is other than reseller, and who they actually are. But let's save the guesses of who they are for a little bit, so we can try and tackle those first 2 questions. So guys, start asking the questions in the chat. It's all up to you, and they will indicate with their yes or no signs. Which, why don't you show them what is their What does their yes answer look like? Math speller. What does the yes answer look like? Meow. And your no answer. So there you go.
I like the red and green too. So like yes, no, go, stop.
So Kara Cooper wants to know if you were born in Texas. Good guess. You were in Texas? Okay, it's going to be a no. Let's see. Regs, aka Sandy, wants to know if you were born in the South. Were you born in the South? And the answer would be
no.
I want to see you do a hiss. You do it? Jinx Dick wants to know, are you an essential worker? Would you say you're no? That's a good. No. That's a really good question, by the way. That's a good way to narrow it down. Flipping Particles just wants to say that shirt, probably as well as the scarf, looks very hot. Okay, Lorna wants to know, West Coaster as far as where you were born. Were you born in the West Coast?
The next question would be, Kara Cooper asked, are you born on the East Coast?
Were you born on the East Coast? Meow.
Meow.
Okay, Allison wants to know if you crunch ice. Do you crunch ice? Come on.
Good.
No hissing? I'm trying to get you to hiss. Ew, what kind of hiss is that?
I don't know. Like a snake.
You guys, I've probably done the hiss at Vicky or around Vicky, I don't know, 100 times since we've been together.
Way more than that. You do it several times a day.
This is the first time I've ever heard your hiss. And today, 2.5 years plus into our relationship, I find out that her cat hiss is actually a snake hiss.
I hate cats. What can I tell you? I like this cat, but I hate cats.
Matt wants to know if your state starts with an N. Now I want to do it like you.
I'm going to punch you.
Karen wants to know if you were born in New Jersey. No. Jinx Dick wants to know, do you like dogs? Meow. Ooh, this is a special cat that likes dogs. There you go. So Susan Sanders is guessing, were you born in New York? Yes.
Kara's question's a good one.
Well, we've already said East Coast. She already
yeah, but she's differentiating.
Okay. Sorry. Were you born in Northern East Coast? Meow. Oh, there's a little bit of the paw went like this, but a little bit of a meow.
Meaning East Coast is someone asked, because the difference is Barb asked Florida.
Right, yes.
Florida is obviously not Northern East Coast. So therefore, where she's from is Northern East Coast comparatively.
Oh, that took a while to get.
Shut the
How about Connecticut? Karen wants to know if you work with kids. No, that's a
hard no.
Sandy wants to know if you only sell hard goods. Do you only sell hard goods? Okay.
No.
And Peg would like to know, do you own a dog? You like dogs, but do you own a dog? No to the dogs. All right. Kara wants to know, were you born in Rhode Island? Were you born down the street from Victoria? The answer is no.
Listen, Rhode Island is real small, but we do not all know each other, I swear.
You pretty much all do. Were you born in Pennsylvania? Man, you guys are tap dancing all around it. You're getting real close, though. Tap dancing. Okay. Do you play guitar? Oh, interesting question. I don't know the answer, but the answer to that is no. Were you born in New York? This one right here. Do you have a YouTube channel? Oh, meow. Very interesting. Meow.
Want to ask Susan's question?
Susan wants to know, are you a dude? Kara wants to know if you're a masshole. No. Sandy wants to know, do you only sell clothing? Do you only? No.
Okay, so the answers now have been, do you only sell clothing? No. Do you only sell hard goods? No, which means they sell both. We now know that she's a girl.
A very delicate, dainty one.
Northern East Coast. She's now cleaning her face. Northern part of the East Coast. Not from Rhode Island, not from Connecticut, not from Massachusetts, not from New York, not from Pennsylvania.
What about New Jersey? New Jersey. How about Ohio? Are people getting sick of me hissing yet?
Let's see. Are you from the Carolinas?
Susan would like to know.
This other Susan wants to know, are you from Michigan?
Where's that one at? Right here? Okay. Remember, guys, northern East Coast area is where they were born, not necessarily where they live now.
Not New Jersey, not New York, not Ohio, not Carolinas, not Michigan.
How about Delaware?
Man, you guys are like every damn state except pretty much.
How about Maine? Oh. Were you born in Maryland? Were you born in Maryland? No. Okay, so she was born in Maryland.
His mom was close. She was going with DC. That was close.
Yeah, that was real close. Okay, guys, so she was born in Maryland. Okay, so the other big question that we want to know, other than who she is what her other current source of income is, other main source of income currently. So ask some questions about that. We know some things about her as a seller, that she sells both clothing and hard goods.
She has a YouTube show.
She has a YouTube channel.
She was born in Maryland.
She was born in Maryland. Not necessarily there now.
Yep.
Not necessarily there now, guys. Sandy wants to know if you're a new seller. Would you call yourself a new seller? No. I like to, because of the hiss, it makes me think that every no answer is like super offended. Karen wants to know, did you live in an RV for a while? Oh, that's a good question.
I think I know who she's thinking it is, but
no, I love those questions where it's like I know who they're guessing.
Right.
Like Kiki's mom, lawyer. Are you a lawyer? Are you a teacher? Lady Luck Junk, Danica wants to know, have you been to eBay Open? Have you attended eBay Open?
No.
So I bet that one's gonna be a little bit
sad face
of consternation.
She was gonna go this year.
Yeah, true story. Okay, guys, more questions about occupation.
Oh, good. That's a good question. Allison is a good question.
Allison would like to know, have you been on this show before, on our channel before? And let's see, hairdresser.
There's some chuckling going on there.
Lisa wants to know, dog walker. It's pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. Mm-hmm. There's a little more to it, but yeah.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's a little bit, but it doesn't.
That's part of it.
One of her duties. Candlestick maker, Susan wants to know. Barbara wants to know if you now live on the West Coast. Do you now live on the West Coast? Meow. All right, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Allison wants to know, is it Sandra? Is it Sandra? Who are you? Who are you? Hey! All right, you can probably take yeah, Vicky.
Hi.
So we got Sandra here. Sandra, now you do have a channel, which is the Wicked Reseller. I'm going to go ahead and post the link to it in the chat now that we know who you are. I thought that went really well. It took people a little while to figure out who you were. That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
I like that. I like that it was difficult. So I have to confess, the first picture Sandra sent me last night, it had the mask on, and then she was wearing a hat and her Hawaiian shirt. I go, Jesus, everybody's gonna know who that is. You've got to cover up a little better. If you know you at all, she was super easy to figure out that it was her.
Well, Vicky thought she was being real clever by not telling me who was going to be the guest, and then she sent me the picture because I have to set the show, and I'm like, that's Sandra. So
the first thing I said to Sandra too was, I said, let me show Katie. If she guesses immediately and she doesn't know it's you that's doing the show, then you've got to figure out how to camouflage yourself better.
So Sandra, go ahead and tell us, explain to us what you do other than selling on eBay.
So I'm a dog sitter, which involves dog walking. So I basically sit the dog in the client's home, walk them, feed them, spend the night, that kind of thing. Yeah.
And you do that through what's the company or the app that you do it
through? Rover.com.
Okay. That's pretty cool. You did pretty well with that. I mean, before the whole shutdown, you were doing really well with that. Like you made a decent living.
I lost a lot of bookings because, of course, people were canceling their vacations. So, it's like it makes me more money than reselling right now. But the goal is to do that less and do reselling more. So, hopefully soon.
And also, middle of the Rona, Sandra and her wife purchased a home.
Well, it kind of happened like right at the beginning of the shutdown, didn't it?
Yeah, it was right around the time that we got into our accident. We accepted the offer. And then by the time everything went through, it was like right at the beginning of quarantine. So we had to move in the middle of a pandemic. That was fun.
Danica wants to know, did you just work your butt off in your new house? Can you show it?
Yeah.
Can you show everybody where you just took a wall down?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess. So, but
a little project. Yeah, there used to be like a wall right there, right?
Yeah, you can tell there was like a wall here. We still have to get rid of this, and then we have to replace the flooring down here.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah.
So bought a house in Palm Desert, or are you in Palm Springs?
Palm Desert.
Palm Desert in California, which is gorgeous.
To me, that just shows like how you must have like a serious hustle going on because you're able to buy it, buying a house as a reseller and doing, dog sitting. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And then of course, Rebecca works as well.
She's my sugar mama. She's going to watch this later. I'm going to get in trouble.
So tell us a little bit about like how you got started as a reseller and what you do with that.
Yeah. So I've always liked thrifting since I was a kid, thrifting and going to yard sales and stuff. And I found 2 packs of like casino cards from the Dunes, and they were sealed. And I'm like, I'm going to look these up real quick and see what they're worth. Well, it ends up they're worth like between $1,200 to $1,500. And I paid $1 each. Mm. So I'm like, I'm going to try to sell them. We had just recently moved here and I was still looking for work. So I was trying to find ways to make money. And I put them up, and within a couple of days, they both sold. I think I made around $2,600.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. So after that, I was like, what else can I sell?
It's always that first big thing, and you're like, this is stupid easy. Why isn't everybody doing this?
And you've been like chasing that high ever since, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Every cha-ching. I'm like, woo.
I'm telling you, it's like a heroin addict. You're constantly chasing the high of that very first big sale.
Yeah.
That's all we're
yeah.
doing.
I have to say, I've actually never had like a crazy big sale because of the type of stuff that I
I'm
sell.
sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry
I think it's
for you.
okay because it gives me more normal expectations. But people always you always see like that question like, oh, what was your biggest sale? And I feel like
Your biggest sell.
I know, I don't like
you see that in Casey's group.
I know, right? What was your biggest sale? And it's for me, it's generally a few $100s, like maybe selling something for $300-400 is like a crazy big sale for me. But
it's a crazy big sale for anybody.
But I consistently sell T-shirts for $50 to $100 to $200. So.
Yeah, like Laura says, if only the beginner's luck would hold.
Yeah. So guys,
right?
Go ahead. If you have questions for Sandra, please go ahead and ask them, and she can tell.
Deb, I think she sells resale. I don't know if that's Deb or Mel or both. Basically, you hit a royal flush right out the gate.
Hey-o.
Totally. Hey-o.
Pretty much.
So you said you would love to do more with reselling as opposed to the dog sitting. I'm assuming because even though you love animals, it does take you away from home a lot.
Yeah.
What are kind of like maybe like looking at the next 5 years, what would you like your reselling business to turn into?
I kind of want to be where you guys are right now. Like I want to make enough to contribute more to the household than what I already do. And I want that all to be reselling because you're right, because when I'm spending the night like a week or two at a time somewhere else, I'm not home hardly at all. So but yeah, I'd like to be able to contribute a larger salary, I should say, to the household.
Yeah. And what kind of stuff do you sell? Like, what do you like to sell?
I like to sell pop culture stuff from like the 80s and 90s because that's when I grew up. But I'll sell anything. I do enjoy antiques and older things. I like mid-century modern. T-shirts and jackets like you do, Katie, and then I do hard goods like Vicky does. So
yeah, your kitchen is looking really good because you've been doing
a lot of mid-century stuff going on in the kitchen. It's real cute.
Yeah, it's really
You've got that whole Palm Springs mid-century look going on. You guys have like it's a ranch style house, right?
Yeah, it's a basic ranch house, but it was built in
like that whole mid-century thing from Palm Springs.
Yeah, this whole neighborhood, most of this neighborhood, the houses were built in the early 60s. So they're pretty much all mid-century ranches through here. It's pretty neat.
That's cool.
I like Danica's message. That's pretty cool.
Danica says, true story. I met Sandra on YouTube in 2008. And one day I heard her voice on Instagram and I was like, whoa, I know you.
All right, we need to hear more about this story.
So with my ex, I used to own an Etsy handmade store, and I crochet and she crocheted, and we made all kinds of different things. And she made like necklaces, but we got involved with a group called the Indie 5, and it was all people that handmade things, and we did different videos on different topics and stuff, and we just rotated through the group. And she was one of the Indie 5.
That's awesome.
That's so funny.
So Allison has a question. She wants to know where you met your wife.
Oh, I like this story. We have the same story.
We met online. So we met through plentyoffish.com. And we corresponded for a few weeks, and then we set up our first date, and we had an 8-hour first date.
That's
so
awesome.
We met for lunch, and then we went for a walk, and then we got some ice cream, and then dinner, and then it was the longest first date I've ever had.
And how long have you been together now?
It'll be 10 years together in October.
Yeah. Well, and you and Allison have a lot in common because you're both cradle robbers.
That's why I had a cougar match.
If you're in our chat a lot, we joke. Sandra's very active in the chat as Wicked Reseller, and we're always joking back and forth that her and Allison are the cougars because both of their wives are much younger. Now you were just saying you love selling like pop culture stuff from like the 80s and 90s. Mm-hmm. How much does it drive you crazy when you say something or make a reference and your wife has no idea what the hell you're talking about?
Oh, I hate it.
All the time. She makes her watch movies and stuff all the time.
Have you ever been successful in making her watch a movie that you love and have her actually say, wow, that was great?
You know? No. She really hated Showgirls. Really hated it.
I called it. I knew she would.
She was like, this is just an excuse for somebody to show boobs 10 million times during. I'm like, you're complaining?
It was a terrible movie, and I saw it back in the day. And you and Katie both loved the movie Showgirls.
But you got to understand, we love it because it's terrible.
Yeah,
It's terrible. I love it.
So she had posted on Facebook that she was going to make her wife watch it, and my first comment was, she'll hate it. And I knew immediately. I've only met Rebecca once, and I loved her, by the way. She's adorable. That she would hate it.
All right. Tara wants to know, how many animals have you sat for at one time?
There is one client I have. They have 5 dogs and 2 cats. So that's the most. One's a Doberman and then 4 Chihuahuas and then 2 little cats.
4 Chihuahuas and a Doberman, and the Doberman doesn't try to eat the little Chihuahuas.
I bet one of the Chihuahuas is the alpha.
Yeah. One of the very smallest one, she's about this big. She like puts the Doberman in her place. Like if she gets out of line, she goes right up to her and goes,
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Little dogs, big balls. I'm telling you.
True.
So Barbara says, now this is a new one for me. Barbara says she saw Showgirls in the theater when it came out. I'm super jealous.
So did I. That was how I saw it.
Well, okay, I'm super jealous.
Wow.
It's hilarious that you went to a theater to watch it.
Well, because that was when it first came out. It wasn't like you had it on pay-per-view or HBO at home within 30 days.
It's NC-17, right? So that's like under Triple X.
Yep. I mean,
was it NC-17?
Yes.
I don't know how old
it was.
What year did it come out?
Like 95, 96?
Yeah.
So I was 22 or something like that. Yeah. So I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rebecca actually recognized, what's the dude's name? Kyle
MacLachlan.
Yeah. She's like, is that the captain from Himian? I'm like, yeah, you're never going to look at him the same again. Ever.
That's probably a good one, though.
Just wait.
To figure out somebody's age based on what they know him from.
Mm-hmm.
Like Twin Peaks.
He grew as an actor.
Twin Peaks,
He's done a lot.
I like him as the mayor of Portland on Portland.
Yeah. I was just gonna say Portlandia is where I like him at.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that.
Portlandia? Mm-hmm. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
All right. So Barbara says that her ex wanted to see the boobs. All right. Pop Rocket Lisa says, I don't think I've seen Showgirls. I'll have to check it out? ? Well, it depends.
What?
It depends.
It's a horrible 90s movie.
Right. So, but the thing about Showgirls, it is so god awful. It is so terrible. The script is terrible. The acting is terrible. Everything about it is terrible. But it all comes together somehow in this wonderful way. And the fact that it was even funded is mind-boggling because it's not a cheap production. It's quite the production.
All right. So Susan has a good question.
Jackie's ready to move on.
Yeah, I'm done with the Showgirls. We talk about it enough. All right. Susan says, what app do you house sit and dog sit or pet sit with? And what advice do you have for finding a good house sitter?
So I use Rover. You can go through the Rover app, and the best thing, look at the reviews. That's how we picked out our cat sitter. We looked at the reviews and then do a meet and greet. So have them over to your house, meet the animals, and make sure they're a good fit and the animals are a good fit. So
yeah, but I would assume like for house sitting, they probably have a similar app, or if it's with like minus the pets, if somebody was just looking for a house sitter or something.
Yeah, I have to say that we luck out because we have Dana, who was our masked seller a couple weeks ago, and she lives across town, and she is the best house sitter, pet sitter. I mean, she's had a key to my house for 5 years at this point now. So, our house was before it was yours too.
Thanks for letting me be here too.
But she has a key, and it's just like, okay, see ya. She knows the routine. I come back. She makes the beds. She strips the sheets. She has washed the towels that she uses while she's here. Everything. I come back, and it's like,
Deb says that Mel makes her watch The Good Witch, so she feels like they're even. Probably Deb forced Mel to watch Showgirls.
Well,
so I'm guessing Mel didn't like Showgirls. Okay.
Well, Rebecca has made me watch Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band like 3 times.
That's her jam?
You want to talk about a horrible movie? That's a horrible movie.
Kara wants to know, do you have to be bonded to pet sit and stay at their house? Like, how do you get started if you have no experience?
Yeah, no, I had done it like for some personal friends before, but Rover handles everything. There's like an insurance plan that they get. There's like a deductible amount. So no, you can be, but you don't have to be bonded through Rover.
Yeah, because Rover pretty much does their own research. And
do they do a background check on you or anything like that?
Yeah, I had to pay like $10 for it, but yeah, they do a basic background, and it gives you like a little badge on your profile so they know that you're not a serial killer. So.
Okay.
Or at least you haven't been caught.
Yeah, maybe you're a really good one.
Not yet.
Lisa says that she wants to say that you were hilarious, and she loves your one-liners in the chat. Yeah, it's usually a contest between Sandra and Allison of who can have the most inappropriate comments.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah.
Allison's definitely more inappropriate. I feel like Sandra walks the line a little bit. She holds back in the chat. Maybe not in person, but she holds back in the chat. Based on whoever.
I think you're just not paying attention because I've seen some good ones.
I've seen some zingers. Allison just doesn't give. She doesn't care. Allison's always inappropriate and hilariously so.
All right, guys. So we have a few more minutes here because, like I said,
got a few more questions.
I know. So we got to get out of here in like about 10 minutes. So, what question would you like to ask?
Let's see. Where's there?
This is for sitting. So Jassa wants to know: can I choose between dogs or cats? Because my allergies don't sit well with cats. So with Rover, you can just be a dog sitter, right?
Yeah, you can. There's when you set up your preferences, you can check or uncheck cats. And if you leave it unchecked, then they'll only give you dog sittings.
That makes sense.
That's good.
Jinx wants to know if I have a key to the house yet.
Yeah, I let her.
It's just like kind of a running joke because Vicky, whenever she's talking about anything like house related, she always says like my house and I pay this much for blah blah and I do, and I'm like, hello, I live there too. I pay the bills too, woman.
True. But a lot of the times when I'm talking about it, I'm talking about something that was before you were here. So
whatever.
Granted, it was
my landlord, my this, my that. Rude. Anyway, guys, throw out if you have any other questions for Sandra or for us, and please go ahead and
we do have her channel in the chat. We're going to pop it in again. Sub to her channel. She's got a little baby channel, but she is far more consistent and interesting than we are. So she's been doing like a video a day or a video almost every day for quite a while. And they're not long, but they're fun. They're interesting. So
you can go back and see Rebecca cut your hair in that one video, right?
She did. Yeah. She does a good job.
Yeah, she did all right.
And then there's
I need to have her do it again.
The two of them frequently foster kittens, and the most recent kittens that they fostered were so little and tiny and bottle fed, cute. I don't even like cats. Let me tell you, I would have played with them the whole time. I would have been sleeping with that kitty right in my boobs.
Yeah,
it was so cute.
That's inappropriate.
There were these little fuzz-faced little gray cats, and anyway, if you like kittens, they're really cute, and they're
so. Tommy wants to know what the channel is about because you are a reseller, and it's called The Wicked Reseller. Can you tell us a little bit about your channel?
So I do vlog style, so I pretty much talk about whatever's going on currently. I do talk a lot about reselling stuff, but when I am dog sitting. I do show myself dog sitting, hanging out with the dogs, personal stuff that we do around the house. Now that we have the house, renovation projects. So it's just like a mix of everything, but it's heavy reseller related, and then some dog sitting stuff.
Yeah. So there's like you have a good mixture there. It's great.
Yeah.
And Allison says that she finds you inappropriate most times.
Same.
Bear Kitty says eBay Open being canceled was bad, but BlizzCon being canceled is devastating. So we are definitely, I'm just going to use that moment to talk about, we are definitely still going to be doing our reseller remix meetup. It is just not going to happen this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the spring. We want to make sure that everybody is comfortable and safe to travel and attend. There's no time in the near future that I can see that Vegas is going to allow a gathering of 300 plus people for a conference. So
it's impossible to plan something months in advance when we really have no idea what's going to be happening in a few months.
You need to be able to plan. You need to be able to, and it takes a couple of months to plan, and people need to be able to purchase airline tickets. And so it just doesn't look like it's something that's going to happen this year. Unfortunately, we are heartbroken, but we absolutely will still be having it, and look for it in the spring. And we will, everything is going to stay the same, location, amount of people, all of that. So
yeah,
yay! Sure. I'll be there.
You will be. I'll kill you if you don't come.
Okay.
All right. I just put Sandra's channel in the chat again. But if you guys watch the show regularly, she's usually hanging out in the chat anyway, the Wicked Reseller.
Pop Rocket Lisa had a question.
What does Rebecca do to be your sugar mama and all? What does she do for a living?
She is a program director at a local senior center here.
Yeah. And she was she was doing like these really cute videos. I don't know if they're still doing them or not, but because of the whole social distancing thing,
people couldn't go and visit the elderly. And what does she work in a live-in facility?
It's just a regular center where people can come and go.
Gotcha.
But yeah, all the programs have been canceled, obviously. So she came up with the idea to do a Facebook Live to connect with the members still. And they still do activities and stuff just over Facebook. So
I think that's fun.
Really cute. And she gets almost as annoyed with you as Vicky gets with me. So it's
similar dynamic.
The videos that you guys do are pretty, she's pretty cute.
Yeah. She's all right.
Yeah. So Susan wants to know what's happening in Vegas. They're back to phase 1 because they had a major outbreak over the weekend. Phase 2 is happening on the 29th, I think, in 2 days.
2 days, phase 2, and pretty much as far as the 29th in phase 2. Phase 2 means pretty much absolutely everything is open at least 50% capacity.
Yeah, except for the casino. Gaming is like what, June 4th?
Gaming in the casinos open June 4th with a lot of social distancing and restrictions in place. We don't know what the restrictions are, but gaming in the casinos open.
I'm not feeling great about it. So
I will say I'm not attending a conference or a casino or going gambling or anything anytime in the near future. But I do hope that things start to get back to normal a little bit so people can get back to work.
It's just tough because with casinos and gaming, it's Vegas. I mean, I know we have friends here who are very eager for things to open back up, and they're like, well, other states have their casinos opening. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not Vegas. Like nobody's flying in from across the country to go to a casino in wherever. It's Vegas. This is Vegas. And so I feel like when the casinos open, a lot of people are going to come, and I don't know.
I'm going to be distancing myself from their germs.
I don't think we're going to be able to get away without having a major spike coming up.
Deb says, thanks for giving us time to lose our quarantine weight before we have our meetup. Listen, girlfriend, it's a good thing we canceled our wedding this year because I would have been buying another dress I'd have to sew 2 together to fit me. So yeah, I feel you.
Kara says some of Rebecca's looks are emoji worthy too. Yeah, because we have I made one for Vicky of her rolling her eyes on a screenshot that Britain, because he likes to send us funny screenshots from our old videos. Anyway, Sandra, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I had fun.
Yeah.
We love having you here, and hopefully you get to come and visit again. Sandra did come out. God, it's been at least 6 months ago, 6 or 9 months ago. She came out to one of our local meetups that we hold, and we were still holding them in the house at that time. And she came in, stranger friend. I'm like, is this weird if I tell you you're welcome to stay in our spare bedroom? Because I feel like we're already friends. And she's like, Rebecca probably thought it was real freaking weird. But she's like, yep. But we had already talked so much. I'm like, I kind of feel like it would be fine.
It went okay.
And it was fine. And we do all really like each other. It was just, it was funny. So.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So we got to wrap up because I really got to go wrangle the dogs before we have this guy come check out our water heater. But again, Sandra, thank you. Everybody out there, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. This is always a really fun show to do, even though it doesn't tend to get as many views. But you know what? We don't care because we like it. We think it's fun, and that's all that really matters. So thank you so much, and we will be back on Sunday for our Sunday live haul. And yeah, get back to work, you guys. Go hang out in the boss group. Join up if you haven't already, and we will see you later. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.